Welcome in to the Charlotte Knights podcast, everyone. Kendall Smith joining you here, and we've got a new location, a special guest here today. Peter Freund, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Diamond Baseball Holdings. Peter, thank you so much for joining us, and how about this owner suite? This is your first time seeing it, so what are your thoughts?
First of all, I'm thrilled to be in Uptown. I'm thrilled to be here with you, Kendall. I didn't know there was an owner suite here, but it's absolutely beautiful. It has the best view in all of baseball, I would say, not just minor league baseball. So you look out and you see the cityscape here, and you're in this incredible suite inside this incredible ballpark. It doesn't get better.
I love it. We'll have to move the podcast up here officially full-time because usually we have the guys on the field. We love the skyline in the background, but this is nice. It's in the AC. We've got the great little collage behind us, so we're excited to have you here and just excited to talk about all things DBH, all things Charlotte Knights. It's hard to believe it's been over 2 years since DBH acquired the Charlotte Knights, and so much has happened in that 2-year span. So for everyone watching out there, what is the latest with Diamond Baseball Holdings, and what milestone are you most proud of from this last year?
Oh, good questions. I wish I had gotten them in advance. First of all, we're growing, and we continue to be on a pathway. We now have 49 minor league baseball teams, 48 affiliated, and then we just added the Trenton Thunder, which is a Major League Baseball Draft League team. So we're growing, and it's been an incredible ride. It's super exciting. But Charlotte, from the time we bought it, has always been the crown jewel of our portfolio. We're super proud to be in this community. It's one of the fastest growing DMAs with a really young, great core of fans and families. It's exactly what we want to try to do for all of our fans across all of our clubs. So when you have a community like Charlotte to operate in, you have this opportunity to provide the value proposition, especially with all the other major sports teams that are in the market in such a special venue. As far as milestones are concerned, I was waiting for the 50th team. So, we're at 49. So maybe, in the next few months we'll get to 50, and that'll be a milestone for us. But ultimately, it's just been watching all of our teams grow together and collaborate together and share best practices and work together. We just did a ticketing summit in St. Paul, Minnesota, where we had ticketing leaders from here and from all of our clubs come and start planning for, believe it or not, 2027 season, even though we're only in the middle of the 2026 season. So there's just a lot to be proud of and excited about.
So much to look forward to. And as a Charlotte native myself, it's so exciting to have DBH at the helm of the Charlotte Knights, because this is a team that means so much to the city. It really is such a sports city. This community rallies around the Charlotte Knights. So to have DBH in charge, it's been great, and you guys have poured so much into this community already. You've been a part of Diamond Baseball Holdings for years now. So how has your vision for the company evolved in those years since you started?
Well, when Pat Battle and I started the company 5.5 years ago, we like to say we didn't know if we could buy 12 teams. Our goal was let's see if we can buy 10 to 12 teams, and we started with our original 9, which was sort of ironic, and now getting to the number we've just seen this explode. But what we've really found, and it's a testament to our people, is that you can go out and you can buy 5 teams, 6 teams, 7 teams, but the teams and the ownership groups that were willing to sell to us in the last several years saw our track record. They saw what we did in each of the communities that we operated in, and it made them comfortable enough to sell their clubs to us and entrust those clubs to them, because these really are community assets, and we have to, we're stewards for them. We have to take care of them. So I think, if I look back at how things have changed, it's just, I wonder what Diamond Baseball is going to do with this club. Are they going to raise ticket prices? Are they going to change the hyper local, food options or the character of the club and homogenize it all? And I think what I'm proudest of and what we've proven is that, local ownership is still in place. Dan's still here. We have that in all of our communities, and the staffs are still in place, and we're growing together, and we're providing the support, but from the back office, not up front.
I love the back office term. That's amazing. So for the people watching, they're like, what?
That's mine.
What is the back
That's
office?
Yes.
Yeah, you coined it. So
I
what
coined
is it, Peter?
So in Major League Baseball and in all professional sports, there's the front office. They always call it the front office, and you've got the GM, and you've got the president, you've got ownership. And I have always thought, like, we are not the brand. As much as I love seeing Diamond Baseball on the wall, the Charlotte Knights are the brand. And the people who work here are the people who are on the ground, on the forefront, in the communities, doing the give backs, doing the charitable initiatives, greeting the fans every night. So for us, the back office is what we call our corporate headquarters. And it's really to provide support, resources, everything that you might not have as a one-off owner. We can provide technology, we can provide purchasing power, we can spread best practices, as I said, across all the clubs. So we just sort of sit in the background. Hopefully we add value. We think we do. But in the end, this is still Charlotte's team, and I love that you're a native of Charlotte, which is somewhat rare around here, right? So I didn't know. You're the first person I've ever met from Charlotte who's here. I'm just kidding. But I think that that's a really important term, and I'm not a big believer in words really matter when you do things like this, but in that case, it truly is our mantra.
Well, you talk about words mattering, and you said crown jewel earlier when you were talking about Charlotte. I remember you said that in your introductory press conference.
Crown
so that's
City.
Something you've been saying now for years about the Charlotte Knights. I love it. Great term for this city and this club. What makes this team stand out in the DBH portfolio?
I mean, for me, the number of people that we can impact on a nightly basis is what's important to me. The number of people that come through our ballpark, the number of memories that we can make for families and inside a community is what really matters. And Charlotte does it better than anybody else. We have like the Knights, where December this place is activated. You have a fan base that really shows up. And when you have hundreds of thousands of people come through your stadium in a market like Charlotte, we can't really replicate that. There are a couple other markets in minor league baseball that are as strong as Charlotte, but none in our portfolio that stand out the way Charlotte does. And look, we have standout teams across Diamond Baseball for many reasons, and some do great jobs at certain things, and some do great jobs at other things, whether it's promotions, whether it's food items. But Charlotte does it all, and that's why it continues to be what I think all the other teams strive to be.
You mentioned some of the things that you were very proud of with DBH and with the Charlotte Knights specifically. You talked about the ticket prices. Okay, we've got to shamelessly plug our Ticket Tuesdays every Tuesday for the rest of the season. Check us out on social media at Knights Baseball, because we've got great discounts. We have a Turn Back the Clock night that's coming up on August 8th here, so $2 popcorn, hot dog, sodas. DBH is at the forefront of all of this, making sure the fan experience is great for everyone, and not just for baseball here, right? We've got Light the Knights, a ton of special events that happen here at Truist Field throughout the season. So why is that so important to DBH2, making sure it's not just baseball?
So that was a cornerstone of our thesis was, we have these incredible stadiums, this one which we own in the center of Uptown, and to activate it only 70 times a year for baseball just makes no sense. We have an incredible staff. We have marketing and social media stars. We have everything that you could possibly want. So the opportunity to activate through everything from concerts to races to everything that you guys do with Light the Knights. I mean, ice hockey in the middle of a baseball stadium is pretty cool. Yeah. So I think that I'm most proud of the special events and its growth and its trajectory. We have an incredible person, Heather Collimer, who came from the New York Mets, who runs our special events. Grace, who was here on staff and now is working with Heather to grow this across our portfolio. It's the fastest growing part of our business is special events, and it is routed stuff like the Savannah Bananas and like Cosmic Baseball, which are clearly made for these stadiums, but it's everything else. We have stadiums with huge parking lots where we have car shows. It just doesn't matter. We just want people to come to the ballpark, know that it's the center of the community, know this is the place to be.
There is always something to look forward to here with the Charlotte Knights, even when baseball season is done. So much that we do here at the ballpark, and that leads me to my next question. Looking forward to things. What does the Charlotte community have to look forward to with this Charlotte Knights team as DBH continues to lead it?
Well, first of all, it's our commitment, and that comes with financially as well as just our commitment to being first class, best in class. So I think affordability is really important to us. Dan and I always talk about this is the perfect AAA baseball market. We are a value proposition compared to our neighbors that are around here. We provide that family-friendly, affordable experience that we tout. But beyond that, we are right now spending an incredible amount of time, one of the reasons I'm here, to make improvements to the ballpark, to look at the future and what the next 5 years look like, what that investment means. Charlotte's really important to us. These stadiums, they don't get newer, they get older. Believe it or not, I feel like I was in a car today and somebody said, I said, I think the stadium's 10 to 12 years old. They're like, no, it was built like 4 years ago. And I'm like, no, it goes fast. So, we have work to do here. So it's never ending for us. But we will give our commitment that we're going to continue to invest. We've put millions of dollars in already. We will continue to do that in partnership with the city and the county. And we want to be here for a very, very long time.
As an employee of the Charlotte Knights, one of the things that stands out to me since DBH has taken over and acquired the Knights is just the entertainment initiative that you all have. It is such a focus on making sure that fans come here and they have fun. So again, back to the point of not just making it all about baseball, but making sure it's a full, fun, great family atmosphere for everyone to enjoy. So why did it come about to really put an emphasis on entertainment with DBH clubs?
Yeah, so we spent our entire fall meetings with all of our GMs talking about vibe. That is our buzzword. So there's the back office, and then there's vibe, and it starts with live music. It starts with atmosphere, and the fact of the matter is, whether and I know the White Sox are good now, but they haven't been. Sometimes Dan will remind me that the Charlotte Knights have lost 90 games in a season potentially. So what happens on the field isn't necessarily what's driving the gate. It's the vibe, it's the entertainment factor, it's the food offerings. So we spend a lot of time thinking about how to activate outside of the lines, because ultimately, whether it's the White Sox or any of our other affiliates, they're the only ones who can activate inside the lines.
I love it. I'm a host. I have the great opportunity to be a host for the Charlotte Knights, so getting to interact with those fans, that's the best part of my night. You can tell they're having so much fun. Just the level of entertainment now at Knights games is unlike anything I've seen before. So again, if you're watching this and you haven't been to a game, get your tickets at charlotteknights.com. We played through September, but the season goes fast, and I feel like a lot of people say, I'll get to a game, but this is your reminder, get to a game as soon as you can. Okay, Peter, in 5 years, what do you hope people are saying about the Charlotte Knights?
I hope that when they walk in the stadium, they say it looks every bit as good or better than when it was first built. I think that's really important to us. So I think facility-wise, that's great. I hope that they say that it's still the most fun place that they can take their family, and it's not breaking the bank. Unless you want to rent out this owner's suite, which is available nightly for, I don't know how much it is, but
charlotteknights.com.
And it is air conditioned. So, but no, look, I hope that they see us having a lasting legacy in the community. And then the other piece, which I think is really critical, is that there's a give back where they see us as a charitable arm, as people who are part of that community give back, and we really have a footprint here for a long, long time.
You have a fabulous background in baseball and just so many experiences that you've had over the years with Diamond Baseball Holdings, and every experience that you've had has led you to this point. So when you think about the younger version of yourself that maybe never even thought you would be here in your position right now, what would you say to that young version of you, especially for a lot of people out there aspiring to reach really high levels in whatever profession they're going into?
Well, first of all, I think that working in minor league baseball is legitimately the best training you can have for everything in your life, because the thing about minor league baseball is you wear a lot of hats. So you're not just doing this podcast, you're out there as a host, you're doing all the social media. You're probably pulling tarp if it's raining, I'm not sure. But the reality is, getting your foot in the door. I cannot tell you how many general managers of our baseball team started as an intern. That is real. I always talk, Brian Cashman is the general manager of the New York Yankees, started as an intern. That is real. So just get your foot in the door, work really hard, be willing to wear a lot of hats, try different things, learn, and then, you can have my job. So I'm tired, so it'd be good.
How many cups of coffee are you drinking a day? I've got don't know.
I just had a regular Coke for lunch, and I do drink a lot of cups of coffee. It is a lot. I mean, today, as an example, I'm in Charlotte right now. It's 2 in the afternoon. I'll be in Boston tonight with the Red Sox, and then in Worcester in the morning because we have a 11:30 game there. So you bounce around when you're in minor league baseball.
What keeps you motivated? I mean, you're not getting a lot of sleep, and you're eating when you can, and you probably don't get much time to have a social life. So what keeps you motivated?
It's the people. It truly is the people we work with, including the staff here, the staffs across 48 communities. But beyond that, I love walking out in the ballpark. It's when I feel alive. I see them. We talk about we're in the memory-making business, but if you can watch it every day, and we have signs that say every day is somebody's opening day. All of that stuff, it's just what matters to me. It's what fuels me.
DBH is coming up with the best lines. The vibe, the back office, every day is someone's opening day. I love it. We're going to have to write all of those down and put them up in the owner's suite, I think. I mean,
yes.
The decorations are already great here. But Peter, as we finish up here, because I know you've got a lot to do here today, for the fans watching, what is one thing that you want them to take away about DBH and the Charlotte Knights?
I think I said it before, but I think our commitment to this community, this facility, specifically baseball for the long term in Charlotte, AAA baseball for the long term in Charlotte, that's really important. And I hope that if you haven't been here in a while, you come back. If you have been here in a while, you come again, because I think it is the best value in live events across the country. I think minor league baseball is incredibly special, and we're very lucky to have this as an asset.
So great to spend time with you here today, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, I know you're so busy, so we really appreciate this. And I know our fans, our Charlotte community will appreciate this as well, hearing from you and someone that is very committed and invested in making sure that the Charlotte Knights just get better and better every single year. So Peter Freund, the CEO of Diamond Baseball Holdings, here on our Charlotte Knights podcast. We'll have another episode coming your way soon with another Charlotte Knights player. I can't promise it's going to be as good as yours, but hey, maybe we'll move it up here.
Maybe at some point Dan Rakowski will make it on.
Dan, you're next. Get ready for it. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.